Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss the role of Native American nations in early American history. The history of North America cannot be fully understood without recognizing the crucial role that Native American nations played in shaping early American history. For thousands of years before European contact, indigenous nations thrived across the continent, developing complex societies with sophisticated political structures, agricultural systems, trade networks, and cultural traditions. European explorers and settlers arrived. The interactions between Native American nations and these newcomers influenced the course of history in profound ways, from diplomacy and trade to conflict and resistance. This story examines the dynamic roles of indigenous peoples in the early history of what would become the United States, highlighting their agency, resilience, and contributions to shaping the nation's foundations. Before European contact, Native American nations had already established vast and thriving civilizations. The Mississippian culture, known for its impressive city of Cahokia near present-day St. Louis, built massive earthen mounds and engaged in large-scale agriculture, supporting a dense population. Iroquois Confederacy, composed of the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, Seneca, and later the Tuscarora, had developed a sophisticated system of governance with democratic principles that would later influence the United States Constitution. Meanwhile, Pueblo peoples of the Southwest had constructed intricate adobe villages and irrigation systems, demonstrating remarkable engineering skills. Trade networks crisscrossed the continent, linking distant communities in a vast exchange of goods and ideas. From the Great Plains to the eastern woodlands, indigenous nations engaged in hunting, fishing, farming, and trading valuable resources such as furs, shells, copper, and obsidian. This vibrant and diverse cultural landscape formed the backdrop for the first encounters with European explorers. The arrival of European explorers in the late 15th and early 16th centuries initiated dramatic changes for Native American nations. Spanish, French, English, and Dutch expeditions made contact with indigenous communities, often seeking trade, wealth, and territorial expansion. The Spanish, led by explorers like Hernán Cortés, Francisco Pizarro, conquered powerful civilizations such as the Aztec and Inca empires. In what is now the United States, they encountered resistance from groups like the Apache and Pueblo peoples. The French, in contrast, cultivated economic relationships with indigenous nations, particularly in the fur trade. They allied with the Huron and Algonquin peoples against the Iroquois Confederacy in a struggle for control over valuable hunting grounds. Meanwhile, the English initially relied on indigenous assistance to survive in the unfamiliar environment, as seen in the Jamestown colony, where the Powhatan Confederacy provided food and knowledge of local agriculture. Despite these exchanges, European diseases such as smallpox and measles decimated indigenous populations, killing millions and disrupting long-established societies. Even so, Native American nations adapted to new challenges, negotiating their survival in a rapidly changing world. Throughout the 17th and 18th centuries, Native American nations played a strategic role in colonial rivalries. As European powers vied for control over North America, indigenous nations used diplomacy and military alliances to protect their interests. The Iroquois Confederacy, for instance, masterfully played the French and British against each other to maintain their influence in the region. During the French and Indian War, 1754 to 1763, Native American nations fought on both sides. Many allied with the French due to long-standing trade relationships, while others, such as the Iroquois, supported the British in hopes of curbing French expansion. The British victory, however, led to new tensions as settlers encroached upon indigenous lands, prompting resistance movements like Pontiac's Rebellion in 1763. As the American Revolution erupted in 1775, Native American nations once again found themselves entangled in European conflicts. While some, like the Oneida and Tuscarora, supported the Patriots, many others, including the Mohawk and Creek, allied with the British, fearing that an independent United States would bring further land seizures. After the war, despite indigenous contributions, the newly formed U.S. government largely ignored Native American sovereignty, leading to continued displacement. Following American independence, Native American nations faced increasing pressure as settlers pushed westward. The U.S. government frequently negotiated treaties that were later broken, leading to violent confrontations. Leaders such as Tecumseh of the Shawnee sought to unite tribes in resistance, forming a pan-Indian confederation to oppose American expansion. His efforts culminated in the War of 1812, where he allied with the British against the United States. However, his death in 1813 marked the decline of large-scale indigenous resistance in the Midwest. In the Southeast, the Cherokee attempted a different strategy, adopting European-style governance, literacy, and legal systems to assert their sovereignty. Despite this, the Indian Removal Act of 1830 led to the forced relocation of thousands of indigenous people on the Trail of Tears, a tragic episode of suffering and loss. Despite centuries of hardship, Native American nations have left an enduring legacy in American history. Their contributions to agriculture, such as the cultivation of maize, beans, and squash, shaped American diets. Their governance systems influenced democratic principles. Their knowledge of the land aided early settlers in survival. Moreover, Native American nations continue to assert their rights, preserve their cultures, contribute to modern society. Legal battles for land, sovereignty, and environmental protection persist, ensuring that their voices remain an integral part of the American story. The role of Native American nations in early American history is one of resilience, adaptation, and influence. Far from being passive figures in history, indigenous nations actively shaped the development of North America through diplomacy, trade, warfare, and governance. Their struggles and achievements continue to inform the national narrative, reminding us that their history is an essential part of America's foundation. By acknowledging their role, we gain a more comprehensive and truthful understanding of the nation's past and present.